Now let's get lively.
Follow me hard. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. Oh, don't be scared, homie. I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god, dude, it's an MMA fight, dude.
Twist that dick. Twist his dick.
Tradies and gentlewomen, it is indeed time for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching along at home. This is the Eggplant Tornado podcast, the fight podcast for the common man. We coming at you live over Zoom. And with me, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend, the Griff. How you doing this week, buddy?
Oh, fantastic. You know, fucking be even better if the people went and did what they have to do over on the socials. Eggplant Tornado podcast everywhere. Veggie Bake also on YouTube. Get behind it.
Can't escape us.
You cunts.
Froome will be here at some point. It is Mother's Day and he's a family man, so got some duties to fulfill, but he'll be here at some point. But what have we got on the schedule for today, Griff?
We're going to do a little backwards action again. So believe it or not, at the end of the show, I believe,
Yes.
UFC Fight Night breakdown. So we had, I don't know.
Rosenstrike versus Almeida, Johnny Walker versus Anthony Smith, and Ian Garry versus Daniel Rodriguez.
The other ones. We had Loma versus Haney. Oh, we have Loma versus Haney preview predictions. Taylor v Cameron preview predictions, and there's another UFC Fight Night.
Yeah, it's not too exciting. But if you're Dana White, that's where it's specifically designed for that weekend. He's a smart man.
Yeah, it's a stacked weekend, I swear.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We'll roll out with a bit of a standing.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes towards the end of the show as to what actually sands our Bernie this week. But it's fucking chafed. Tell you what.
Feeling it already.
Alrighty, well, like you said, we're going to run the show in reverse. So why don't we just start off with the UFC Fight Night breakdown from today?
All right. In the prelims, that Jessica Rose Clark, she ended up losing by submission.
Was that in the prelims?
Yeah, she was like opened the card up.
Okay.
She's on like a bit of a losing streak at the moment. I think 3 fights she's lost.
No, that's not good.
But yeah, but it was like 3rd round submission, rear naked choke. Yeah.
Was she winning the fight other than that?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
So it's not even like a downward slope of like, oh, but she could like a... No, it's just a fucking...
It was that other chick's debut as well.
Ah, okay.
So, good debut for that other chick.
So now it's one of those she's sort of being fed to the wolves kind of situation because she's got a name.
Hopefully she's just on her way to OnlyFans. That'd be dope.
Oh man, we're gonna talk about that in the veggie bake. Just who doesn't these days? Anyway.
Not bro, I'd be mad if you're a chick. Fuck.
Oh, it'd be so fucking easy.
Unless you're one of them fucking fatties.
Moving on. Was there anything else on the main card to talk about, or did we just start with the Gary fight?
No, I'd probably start with the Gary fight.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Matt Brown. It was Matt the Immortal Brown, and he.
I thought so, yeah, because I did say something about that.
Yeah, he put some kind of sleep.
He's now equaled Derek Lewis with the most knockouts in the UFC, tied at 13.
Yeah, what a man, eh? Fuck.
42 years old, man.
Yeah, he retired like a couple of years back. Just comes back, flatline some dude, and probably just fucking off into the sunset again.
Can you imagine that? Just some cunt comes out of retirement, just turns your lights out.
Yeah.
And then just, yeah, all right, I'm out. See ya.
I mean, his nickname is the Immortal, so we'll see.
We will see. But right, like we said, another big win racked up for Ian Garry.
Oh, the future. I feel like his nickname it goes between Machado and the future. Just got to change it to the future.
100%.
Isn't Machado like Brazilian?
I'm not even sure. It's like Spanish to some degree.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Connor's like been giving him Ian Garry a big hype as well. So saying
That's
that he's
always
like
good.
the next Connor, but like
And like he's a character, but he's respectful.
yeah. I seen a funny picture. It was fucking what's his name? The one with the lip.
Comes up.
Yeah, I seen him and Ian Garry, and it was like good Connor and bad Khabib. I was like, oh, that's spot on.
That's so fucking accurate.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, couldn't be more accurate. But yeah.
Did Rodriguez end up missing weight completely?
Nah, he went in and got the weight.
Okay.
But
Fuck, that was funny. That clip from yesterday was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He misses weight and then like there's a fucking camera pointed at Ian Garry and he just goes, all right, you got two options. He goes, either you give me all your money, he goes, or I follow you around for the next 3 hours eating whatever the fuck I want while you cut weight.
Yeah.
And it's just like that, that's what I mean. Like he's a character. Like he still makes exciting moments and funny shit like that. But at the end of the day, like it's one of the most respectful ways to go about it. Like, come on, like you fucked up, give me your money, or like I'll just be a funny cunt about it.
Or did you see him leave the stuff outside of Bubba Ray's door?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was the night before.
That was part of the clip, yeah.
Yeah, it was like weed and pizza.
Oh man, it's so funny.
So yeah, but first round stoppage.
First round stoppage.
He was lighting the body up with a kick. Yeah, until Bubba Ray Rodriguez started dropping the hand a bit, and then just whoosh, up the top there, fucking started the downfall.
He's got a lot of things going for him, man. In the sense, like he's a really smart fighter who uses his IQ very well. Like he explained after the fight that the exact thing that he was, the exact sequence in which he knocked him out is, the exact sequence he was drilling to knock him out with.
Yeah.
So he doesn't just sort of go in there and fucking swing wild.
He's a good fucking up and coming fighter, and I believe he like jumps between what he does between camps. So I feel like they were saying something about he's going to go to Brazil and learn, like, further his jiu-jitsu a bit. So he just goes wherever shit's like, traditional.
Lacking.
Yeah. But he goes like where it's traditional and tries to learn from like the best.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, he's a fucking intelligent dude. He's got a good career ahead of him.
Oh, dude. Well, speaking of which, he apparently had a meeting after, like, in between, like, the post-fight press conference, obviously, and, like, him winning his fight and stuff like that. He had a meeting with whoever the guys are that organize all the fights and Dana and stuff like that. And apparently he laid out a 6-fight plan that he wants.
Yeah.
He said he wants 2 people in the top 15, 2 people in the top 10, and 2 people in the top 5 before he gets a title shot. And he was saying that to Megan Olivia, I believe her name is. And she goes, well, why? Why would you do it like that? And he just looks at her and goes, so that no one can ever say anything about me. He says, if I do that, I'm undeniable.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. That's a smart way to do it.
Does he fight at 170? If he can, like,
yeah.
if he can work on his, because we haven't really seen him fight a wrestler yet. If he can work on his wrestling and like have real good wrestling defense, I feel like he'd probably have a good shot at taking the title. I feel like he beats Edwards at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. But that's not to say that Edwards is going to be there forever. There's some terrifying fucking, like, Colby could get it done. Like, fucking, who else is in the mix now? You got Bilal Muhammad in the mix now. Like, there are some decent people at the top of that division.
Yeah.
Who knows what Usman's doing?
There is some decent people at the top of that division. Then there's Bilal Muhammad. So,
So he's probably going to have to go through people like Gilbert Burns and like all these kind of people to get to a 170 title shot. So it's going to be fucking work for him.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how his wrestling defense is.
Well, like you said, he is the kind of person that will look at his attributes and go, oh, okay, I need to work on this. Like,
yeah. Which he seems to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart dude, fucking good fighter, handsome fella. Like, fuck, he's just got the world in front of him, mate.
Yeah, he's not a bad looking young rooster, is he?
Oh, fucking cock-a-doodle-doo.
Alrighty, moving on to the co-main. We had Johnny Walker versus Anthony Smith. I think you once again called it perfectly, Griff. You said last week that Anthony Smith seems like he's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah.
And I think that was really evident in that fight. It's like, yeah, you're good, man. Like, you are the kind of person that went toe-to-toe with somebody like John Jones and shit like that, but you just don't have it anymore.
Nah, he's getting on. He's like 40-something, 42.
Yeah,
I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know his age at all. I'm just guessing.
And, like, I could, like, I haven't checked any post-fight press conference stuff other than a little bit of what Ian Garry said. So he could have retired. Who knows?
Nah, he wouldn't have, man. He's been like, I don't know. He's been had like, I don't know. You find once they go to like start doing like the analyzing side of things, it's just like they seem to be like, oh, I can make the same money without getting punched in the face.
Well, the same thing happened to Paul Felder.
Yeah.
Like, he started doing all the analyst stuff and then sort of started on a downward slope and then inevitably called it. But he's still got a job. He's still getting a mad paycheck from the UFC and he doesn't have to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, it's heaps cruisier. Don't have to go through camp. There's a weird moment in that fight. Anthony Smith just started saying to Johnny Walker, "You're attacking my family," and then
Yeah, I saw that. What the fuck was that
it
about?
was so strange. Johnny Walker was like, "What?" And he said it again, and he's like, "What?" It was like the weirdest exchange. So I don't know,
Because
maybe
like, does Johnny Walker speak English?
yeah, a little bit. He's
Yeah.
Brazilian, but like, yeah, he speaks like decent English. He works with like Coach Kavanagh, like
Oh,
Connor's,
okay, cool.
Connor's coach. But yeah, he speaks real good English, I think actually. So, yeah, I'd be confused in that matter too. Like, what?
You're attacking my family. No, I'm not. I'm attacking you, cunt.
Like, I don't know if he was just trying to.
I understand what he's trying to say, but it's a fucking weird thing to say.
Yeah, like, is he just trying to get him in his own head to fire himself up? Maybe,
Maybe. I don't know.
like going that Joe Rogan spec.
Just yelling at himself like Goggins.
Yeah, I don't know, weird.
I have no idea what the fuck was going on.
It was a good fight by Johnny Walker though. He's showing like, as he matures, he's like, you know, a bit calmer in there. He's not as like frantic.
He's got good power,
Yeah,
but I believe that he has that like viral knockout video from Jamal Hill, right?
yeah. He's got
Like
another one as well where he gets knocked out like 5 times in
Oh, I've seen that
40
too.
seconds,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, it's a fucking roller coaster to watch. He's like, oh, he's up. He's down again. Good fight though. Probably sets Walker up to, fight someone a bit higher up in that division.
he'd be hovering close to the top of it again, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I don't even know who the fuck's in the top of that division. You got Hill.
You got like Yarn, Yuri, like
I don't like that for Johnny Walker at all.
fuck no, man. Those are all bad fights. Those are all killers.
Yeah, and then you look like what Jamal Hill did to him. Fucking
Yeah.
And punched him in the top of the forehead.
Yeah, that was fucking. And then he just goes like,
Imagine if that was on his chin. Fucking hell, he'd be dead.
yeah.
Anyway, the main event. What was the
Wouldn't
main
be
event?
fucking Johnny walking around no more.
No. He's a fucking interesting looking motherfucker, eh? Like, his build, he's just fucking so
Yeah.
big. Like,
It's weird.
speaking of being big, Rosenstrike versus Almeida.
Well, see, that's the thing. I thought Rosenstrike was big, and then all of a sudden this Almeida cut gets in the cage. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Guy's a unit.
I didn't watch that fight.
It was relatively boring. 2 minutes of just like a little bit of striking in the first 40 seconds. All of a sudden, Almeida went for a double leg, got it, just wore Rosenstrike out with like in the scramble kind of thing. And then eventually Rosenstrike made the mistake, rolled over. Almeida took his back, got the rear naked, and it was over. So once again, it's a little bit of movement kind of thing, but it doesn't really like it's the same situation we just talked about. It's like, yeah, it's good. Like, and you're moving up and you are like a talented prospect, but there's killers at the top of that division.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, rest in peace, Bernie Sanders, I guess. He's still alive?
He is still alive.
Miracle. Yeah, so kind of lackluster main event. We all know the real main event was Ian Garry.
Oh yeah, 100%. That probably should have been the top billing.
Yeah, make it a 5-rounder. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just for him to get fucking head kicked. It was a beautiful kick.
It really was.
But yeah, pretty uneventful UFC. Really, like
Yeah, it wasn't
nothing
that
crazy to like write home about.
No, exactly. But we did have another world title making its way home to Australia in the boxing today.
Fucking Aussie. Oi.
Jason Moloney
Jason, yeah.
gets it done at 118 pounds. Is now the WBO champion.
Big Jace, as I like to call him. Yeah, we had to put the barbecue off today, but that's fine. Probably just have it like not next weekend, the weekend after.
Yeah, I suppose you'll be in contact.
Yeah.
Did you watch the
watch
fight?
No.
No, I just saw some highlights of it. But I saw a highlight of the decision, and like interestingly enough, like as soon as the decisions came through, I think it was like he won on 2 judges' scorecards, and then the last judge called it a draw.
Yeah.
And straight away, as soon as it was announced, one of the commentators just goes, "Oh, they tried to rob him again."
They tried to rob Jason again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got robbed in the past, though.
Yeah, he's the one that got like absolutely fucked over on a top rank card.
Oh, so
I
that's his
believe it
other
was
loss.
Tio and Loma. Yeah, that's his other loss that he had.
Yeah, right. I mean, got the fucking job done. From what I read, it was like pretty close fight. Not really exciting.
I watched a couple of highlights. It was just Moloney was just smart with his jab.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
negated anything that old mate was able to try and do from the outside.
yeah. That was his chance. He got the job done. So next weekend's his brother. All right.
Next weekend's his brother.
Is he for a title as well?
Yes.
Nice. Imagine that. It's just fucking family gatherings, just double strapped.
Yeah, that'd be real fucking interesting for him. That'd be real proud.
Oh,
I'm just trying to pull up because I figure if we're going to talk about that, we might as well
or Papa
just
Moloney.
move on and talk about the card for next weekend.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
So
Not a fucking bad
we'll
idea.
start off with we got Oscar Valdez opening the card. That's going to be a good fight.
Didn't he like fight for a title not long back?
He's the one that like he fought Shakur Stevenson
Yeah.
not long back and lost his title. I don't think he's fought since then.
It's weird to go from like probably a main event, I can imagine, to opening the card.
Yeah, but he's opening the card for like a huge fucking card. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. And there's like, well, I'm not really sure about the second fight, but the co-main definitely has like title implications or it's for a title. So
Yeah.
it makes more sense to have that as a co-main. But yeah, good to see Oscar Valdez back in the ring because, like I said, I don't think I've seen him since that Stevenson lost.
He's still with Canelo's campo.
Yes. Yeah, so still with the Reynosos. Should be speaking about them later anyway.
Yeah.
I don't actually know who these guys are. Raymond Muratala versus Jeremiah Nakathila.
Oh, you got to back Jeremiah.
He's got a better name, that's for sure. I feel like I've heard Nakathila, but
That's Trump's nickname, I think.
that's Copperfeeler.
Cousins. Fucking cousins, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
fucking hell.
either of them guys. I'm gonna
Alrighty.
take Nakafila for the win though.
So many fucking similar names on this card. We got in the co-main, Juno Nakatani versus Andrew Moloney for the vacant WBO super flyweight title.
Nakatane. I'm gonna have to go Moloney for sure. Yeah, it'd be good to see like back-to-back weekends of the brothers taking belts home to Australia. That'd be sick. Unheard of. If Campos just had a brother, he would have got it done. But
what's going to be really interesting is in probably a couple of months, whenever Inoue's done with Butler and he has to go and fucking take another belt from the Moloney family.
yeah, I mean, you know, be bigger.
You
I
hate
guess.
to see it.
Yeah, I guess be bigger. I don't know. Unless old Andrew just comes out and sparks Inoue out.
I do not see that happening.
No,
I don't think there's a conceivable universe where that happens.
Nah. But yeah, it'd be cool to see both the Moloney's bring belts home back to back.
Yeah, it'd be fucking great for him, man. And it'd just be good for Australian boxing too, just more eyes on us.
Yeah. It'd be sick. More cards, like we'll get more cards over here with 2 titles. I'll be getting defended over here and such.
We'll be speaking about a decent fucking fight that we're getting over here in the next couple of weeks in Believe It or Not later, but let's fucking move on to the real horse meat of the fucking card here.
I know.
Oh, I'm not really sure what they had in the Ukraine, but Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko.
The Lip versus the Matrix. I'm still Team Loma for this, eh? I just don't see Haney's style being able to work against Loma.
Okay, so interestingly enough, the person who's made the best point about this, Teofimo Lopez. The only reason he has the best point on it is because he's done the job.
Yeah.
All right. He said in a quote that Devin Haney's style isn't built for somebody like Lomachenko. He said, the only reason I was able to beat Lomachenko is because I smothered him.
Man, he had a sore shoulder.
Yeah, and that,
yeah,
but 100,
essentially.
but 100% in that fight, like To did come forward most of the fight, which negates Loma's style. He doesn't have that time to move around you and set up his shots and get off those little like pitter pat combos that lead to bigger shots and movements and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
He just essentially negated his style, which he says like, yeah, like unless Devin Haney decides to come forward more than he did in like probably the Kambosos rematch,
Yeah.
then he's not going to be able to negate any of the weapons that Loma has.
Yeah.
Which,
I just
fuckhead, but good point.
yeah. I don't see that style working against Loma, especially like as soon as you try to clinch him, he like does that where he like holds his arms up and just dip down. That works against Haney because the ref is just instantly has to get in there and stop it. The way he just knows how to maneuver around. He's like one of them fucking cool people, matadors. I don't like him.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like Devin Haney has quite a high boxing IQ when it comes to defense and like shot placement and all that kind of thing. But as a full package, Loma is probably like one of the smartest boxers that there is.
Yeah, 100%. I don't see a way that Haney gets it done.
He's a southpaw too.
Loma,
Yeah.
Haney.
No, Loma's a southpaw, and like Haney has notoriously had problems with them.
Yeah, fucking. He's looking like pretty jacked as well going into this fight, which I feel like becomes a bit of an issue because he's going to get drained even further.
100%. He's going to have to drain himself quite heavily to make it to that weight.
Which I don't know why he's doing that. Like he already struggles to get there, and now he's going to make it harder on himself.
And the entire basis of his offense is works off this jab, right? Whether he's moving backwards or whether he's moving forwards. He's generally only ever moving backwards, though. He's not a offensive fighter. So if he doesn't throw that right hand like twice as much as he did in that Kambosos fight, he's not going to be able to deter Loma. Because the right hand coming down the pipe is what you like, you know, your best weapon against a southpaw.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on like how Haney shows up because you see like how he showed up in the second Kambosos fight and he had like a bit of ticker in him, you know what I mean? So it's like really dependent. Like I don't know, but then you look at Loma and Loma's like steps ahead of Kambosos.
He's
like
steps ahead, but he's also years ahead when it comes to like experience, and not experience in the sense of like he's had more fights, experience in the sense of like, whoa, yeah, he's had way more fucking fights. He had a huge fucking amateur career.
Yeah.
And he's had more pro fights, or just as many pro fights. So, like, is it coming to that point where Loma's just getting too old to deal with these young kids?
Yeah, the age difference is pretty big, eh? How old's Haney? Like 24 or something?
Yeah, I think there is actually like a 10-year age difference between them.
Yeah.
Haney's like mid-20s.
Yeah. Yeah, Loma's like mid-30s, early 30s.
34 or something, I believe.
I mean, I don't really see him like slowing down a great deal. Like you see some of the pressure he puts on like people in his last couple of fights, and it's not like he's like hit a paddle and barely getting the job done. Like he's still just dominating. There's like, yeah, the fight he lost against Lopez where you can tell he wasn't all in until maybe the last couple of rounds where he kind of fucking just thought like, oh, fuck it. Like now or never type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen him lose a step. I don't know.
The last fight was a little bit iffy kind of thing, but it's hard to say whether it's like, oh, he's completely going downhill or it's like that was just a bad fight for him.
Yeah.
Because the last two fights before that, he looked absolutely fucking unstoppable.
Was that Comey dude or whatever his name was?
Yeah, when he was yelling at the Comey's corner to like stop the fight.
Yeah. Like, yeah, he's still got his usual swagger in that fight. Like,
yeah. Oh, and then the fight, I think it was either before or after that when he fought that Asian guy and just fucking, he was just dancing around him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Loma's chances in this fight.
And like Haney has good, all right, so Haney has good like sort of slip and head movement and like good blocking and that kind of stuff, but he doesn't have good lateral movement like Loma does.
Yeah. A little matador. Yeah, I see Loma's angles being a real issue. And just like his ability to like like kind of shrug and wiggle his way out of clinches.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he gets clinched, he's just like, oh, no.
Yeah, that weird little tactic that he has of, like you said, like
Well, he
putting
just puts his
all
arms
the way up
straight
and just
up and then
sort
dips
of
straight
drops.
down.
Yeah, he doesn't really engage in the clinch too much.
No. And it just leaves like no opportunity to like kind of box inside because as soon as you get a hold of him, he's just like, yeet, out the back door.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like Loma's chances.
I still think it's going to be a close fight, but yeah, I think he can get it done.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, it'll be. I don't feel like Loma finishes him unless he like really invests into the body.
No, I don't think either of them get finished.
No.
I think this is probably a 12-round fight.
My only thoughts behind it is like how much he's going to have to drain himself, putting all the extra muscle on. He's going to have to drain himself harder. That's why many of you like really invest in the body. That's Loma's chance, I reckon.
Yeah, potentially. He
Just
has
fucking-
stopped people with body shots before.
Yeah, just dig the fuck into it every chance you get.
Yeah.
Bring a shovel, boys.
But yeah, so what's that? What's your prediction?
I'm
Final prediction there.
gonna spice it up and say Loma round 11.
Okay.
TKO.
Interesting.
No mas.
I'm
gonna give it a no mas.
Fuck,
it.
that'd be great, man. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd as much as I'd love to see a knockout, I think it's gonna be probably like a majority decision. Not like a UD or anything like that. I think it might be close enough that two judges will have it one way and one judge might like just score it for Haney kind of thing in a bit of a controversial scorecard.
Yeah.
But I think Loma is probably going to go home with the gold.
Yeah, I think so.
And it'll be like, it's one of those things though. It's like, it's not going to be disappointing to see if Devin Haney is able to outbox Lomachenko.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be like good in a sense of like, oh, we have a good up and comer.
Exactly. It'll be a very good, like, it'll be the passing of the torch in a sense.
Yeah. Well, like, you got to think of it like Haney's style is like watching wrestling in MMA.
Yes.
Really. So it's like,
that's the best way to equate it.
You've got to appreciate that style because it is a part of the game. Like, and now that like, you've seen Floyd really like master the, a version of that style. Then you see more people like, oh, fuck. Like, yeah, I can just work on not getting hit. Like, that's fucking dope. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but.
No, it's a good point in the sense that like you do have to be very into boxing and the science of boxing itself to actually appreciate what he's doing in there.
Yeah.
It's not, and like even then, in any stretch of the imagination, it's not exciting to watch, but it's interesting in the sense of how he's able to just do one thing and negate so many like other attributes that people have. But you're going against somebody who's got all the attributes.
Yeah,
so,
and he's like, he's been in the fucking limelight. He's not worried about the big lights, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight, I reckon.
It really is, man. It's gonna be a fucking great weekend. So, moving on to our next undisputed fight for the weekend.
Moving on over. Yep.
We got Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron. I believe this is for 140. So this will make Taylor a double undisputed champion.
There's meant to be another title fight on this card, but it got taken off. Shanika. She fought
so there was a bit of controversy around that. Yeah, it was something to do with the opponent that she had some trainer dispute with her and Cameron's trainer or something.
Yeah, what a fuck around. Like that's like
such a fuck around. That Shanika Johnson is she's the champion and she's Australian.
She looks pretty smart too.
Very intelligent.
Yeah. But yeah, like I feel bad for her in that situation because it was like fuck around.
Fucking ruined my life.
Hey.
Fuck it up.
Yeah.
Just hang me in your garage as a heavy bag.
I mean, there's only I only see 2 heavy bags inside and I put my fucking face between them, that's a damn sure.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah, let's touch on that. It's like shitty for her. Because that would have been like a huge card to be on.
Oh, fucking massive card for them to be on. I mean, they get their own card now, but it's like, yeah, way more exposure on something like this.
I still don't feel like she headlines her card that she got put on.
I'm not even sure.
I don't think she did. But
Anyway,
KDT.
I'm just gonna start from this fight because I don't really know anybody else's names. There's 3 fights before this on the main card, but we got Gary Cully versus Jose Felix. You remember seeing Gary Cully fight on the last? I can't even remember actually. Maybe it was. I think it was like a Serrano card or something like that. He was the lanky southpaw that asked to be on this card. He did the post-fight interview with Eddie.
All right.
And he's like, put me on the Taylor card. And Eddie's like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, no, do it.
I don't remember that. I don't really watch post-fight things though.
Um,
Pretty notorious for just turning it off as soon as the fight ends.
Well, it was in between fights, so that's why I figured you might have seen it. Yeah, I don't know who Jose Felix is, but Gary Cully's a good up-and-comer at, I believe he fights at like 168 or 175.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, that'd be fun. I like Jose's name, Jose Felix. Kind of cool.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know either of them boxers. So.
Terry Harper versus Celia Breakhouse for the WBA Super Welterweight title. So that would be at 147 in their division. Yeah.
Who was the other one? Terry Harper and who?
Terry Harper and Cecilia Breakhouse. Cecilia Breakhouse is, I believe she's the, well, she was a champion at lower weight classes.
Okay. I don't know her. I know of Terry Harper. Short little chick, Terry Harper?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the other chick, so it's kind of pointless for me to make it like an assumption of who I think will win. Yeah, well, I think they're both going to try really hard.
No, it's just interesting to bring up in the sense that like it's good fights, titles moving around, names that people recognize,
good women's fights too. Always exciting.
In the co-main, which is a fucking interesting co-main, man, we got Dennis Hogan versus JJ Metcalf for the IBO Super Welterweight titles. So that's like that organization I was talking to you about earlier. Dennis Hogan
flatlined by Tim Tszyu.
Flatlined by Tim Tszyu. Before my former coach.
Yeah. Who's the other fella?
JJ Metcalf. I believe he's a UK fighter. I've also heard the name, but I don't think I've seen him fight.
His name's so good, bro. They just fucking gave it to him twice. Like one J? Nah, you need at least 2. I can't say I know JJ. That Dennis Hogan guy made a bit of a turnaround after the Tim Tszyu fight though. Hey.
Yeah, he has made a bit of a resurgence.
Bit of a comeback.
You could call it a comeback.
Someone's got to.
Well, it is a comeback. He's going home to Ireland.
Hey. I wonder if Podger's going to make an appearance at the fights.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll have to get a fucking little voice clip from him soon. Haven't heard his fucking sweet fucking Irish brogue over there in a while.
Haven't in a while. Yeah.
Hey.
I feel like he's back in the gym working out.
Ah, true. Yeah. Moving on.
We got
the main event. So like I said, this is for double undisputed status for Taylor.
Yeah, so the other chick can't win double undisputed?
No. Because it's not
at
for,
a catch weight or anything.
No.
Okay.
It's only for Cameron's titles.
She'll be the only female to ever do that, right? Double undisputed?
No, because I think what's her name? Clarissa Shields is a double undisputed champion at the higher weight classes.
Well, she's triple champ in reality when you think about it.
Oh no, wait, she actually is, isn't she?
Oh, well, quadruple champ. Because you got to add she's the throat guide as well.
Yeah, but I think she actually is a triple undisputed weight champion.
That's fucking red hot.
Yeah, she's like extremely fucking decorated as a boxer.
Why don't they call her like the Guo to boxing and not throat Guo?
I don't think they call it that. I think you call it that.
No, I've heard more than me call her the throat Guo. What do you think? I just came up with that myself. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't put it past you.
I'm just saying. I've heard she's pretty decorated elsewhere.
Fuck. Moving on. So yes, double undisputed status here for Taylor, which looking at the way that things are potentially moving, she could also be a triple undisputed champion after this because, oh no, actually I'm not sure.
Well, I know that... Because they're trying to line up the Serrano fight again, aren't they?
No, what's her name? The one that's the undisputed champion at 130 now, Baumgartner. She wants to go up to 135 and fight Taylor.
Yeah, fuck yeah. She cracks Baumgartner.
Yeah, but so does Taylor, so you
I
can't
don't
really
know
stand
if-
in the pocket with Katie and fight.
Yeah. It's a fun fight.
It will be a fun fight.
All the fights around like the women's divisions, like pretty much anywhere they go, you're like, oh fuck, that could be fun.
And it's good because they can all sort of like, they all seem to like float around like a weight that they can like go up like 5 pounds either way kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you never see any weird disputes of like, oh, well, we need to meet here. Like, they'll just let the line fight up and be like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah, that's it. It's pretty like, pretty easy to organize.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough. It's weird.
Yeah. I probably see Taylor getting it done.
Well, I believe she's beat Chantel Cameron before at lower weight classes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it's always one of those things of like weight, weight goes up, power goes up.
Yeah.
So you never know.
And we have seen Taylor wobbled a tiny bit by Serrano.
Serrano's just a slugger though.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, she doesn't have that much like technical boxing skill. She will just stand in front of you and throw shots.
Yeah, which she was doing a lot. Is it 10 rounds?
Yeah, always 10 rounds for women's championship
So
fights.
silly.
As we
Leave it-
spoke about in the past, give them more fucking rounds, man, because these fights always are like, even if you want to keep it at 2-minute rounds, that's fine. Make it 12 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Or even just like 10 3-minute rounds. I'd be happy with that too.
Yeah, even that, like,
Just either other, really.
extend it a little bit more. Like there needs to be more of this because everyone always comes out of these fights going, oh man, fight of the year candidate and this and that. And it's like, yeah, well, why don't you get online and tell somebody?
Yeah. Write him an email.
Yeah.
Um,
Fucking harshly worded letter with your ink and quill.
I probably only see Taylor having a couple more left in her and then she'll probably hang them up. You'd imagine, right?
Yeah, she probably wouldn't have a huge amount of fights left in her career, you would imagine.
Fight Cameron, just double undisputed, and then work on triple undisputed and hang them up. If she
Yeah,
gets
if it's
past
possible.
Cameron. Yeah. I just don't see like a universe where Cameron gets it done this weekend. Like being
No,
like
not in
the hometown.
I was
like,
about to say,
yeah,
not in the fucking hometown, man.
like everything's like, yeah, it's gonna be fucking, the atmosphere is gonna be wild.
It's going to be absolutely fucking huge.
It'd be bloody deafening, mate.
Wait a minute. I actually need to think about that.
What do you
I'm
think
not
of it?
sure if it's exactly in the hometown. or
In
not.
Dublin, isn't it? Dublin?
It was supposed to be at Croke Park, but I don't know if it is anymore. I believe it's still in Ireland, but I'm not sure if it's in Dublin anymore. But Ireland is Ireland.
What, Connor didn't come through with a fucking thing?
No, I think there was some weird thing that happened. I can't remember. I'd have to look into it. But point remains, homecoming for Katie Taylor. You know, you're going to have thousands of screaming fans. Like, look at what New York City was like for Katie Taylor. Imagine what fucking Ireland is going to be like for Katie Taylor.
Yeah, it'd be fucking huge.
The roof's going to fucking blow off that building.
Oh,
and,
I reckon they should probably get like an open arena.
and fucking just absolute like props to the boxing world for having one event in Ireland and one event in Vegas because we can actually fucking watch both.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when shit just works together. Like, I'm also all for the fact of like, if you just had all the fights in the morning, I wouldn't be that mad about it.
Yeah, I also kind of wouldn't mind that either.
And you could just be like, oh yeah, like it sucks watching them. But then by the end, you can be like, all right, let's fucking get into it while the energy's high.
That's it. Any predictions?
Yeah, probably Taylor on points. Gonna give it
Yeah, you
like,
would say so.
yeah. Yeah, I just don't see like Cameron being able to get it done. Nothing.
No, there's too many mitigating factors.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't for the fact that Katie Taylor's fighting in her home country.
Yeah, Katie Taylor's that fucking good as well.
And 5 pounds isn't that much of a difference too in those smaller divisions. Like,
No.
Taylor's big for 135, so she'll be able to make 140 is not going to be she's not going to lose that much in like speed. She'll probably gain a little bit more power.
Yeah, 5 pounds is fairly noticeable. What? Just don't eat dinner the night before and don't take a shit.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
probably fine.
gonna call it fucking 8 rounds.
8 rounds.
TKO Taylor.
Beautiful. I'd love to see it, to be honest.
It'd be fucking good to see.
Would be. Fucking bloody would
Alrighty. Moving on. And like I mentioned earlier, Dana's a smart man.
Hmm.
Because he's just got a random ass fucking card that he's thrown together of like obviously people that have got fights that they needed to get done in their contracts. And he's like, oh, okay. It's that weekend where like all the undisputed titles are being moved around in boxing. We'll just throw you all over here.
be. Yeah.
So I'm just going to run through names. Diego Ferreira versus Michael Johnson. Andre
That's a good fight.
fucking, what is that? Fialho versus Joaquin Buckley. Emily Ducote versus Lupita Godinez. No idea. Edmund Shabazian versus Anthony Hernandez.
I know a different Alex Hernandez. I don't know Anthony Hernandez.
And then in the main event, we got Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill. Angela Hill is 15 and 12.
Yeah, she's been around a while. She's like a full vet.
Angela over the hill.
Oh, she's well over the fucking hill.
Fucking
you
depends
probably,
how Mackenzie Dern comes out. They might have to put her under the hill.
yeah. I see Dern probably getting it done.
You would assume so.
Um,
Hasn't Dern also been around for a little while as well?
yeah. She just like goes through like roller coasters, man. She'll be like on the fucking horizon and she'll just shit the bed. And then, yeah.
Well, we'll try and keep an eye on that in between fucking, huge boxing events this weekend. We'll give it our best.
Nah.
No?
I'm probably just gonna skip over the
try.
UFC.
A little?
Tell you what I might do, Ned. I might just tune in for the post-fight interviews.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just for the whole fucking thing. Like, oh, post-fight. You know, like, the UFC YouTube puts them up, like, pretty much as they're said. Like, Rogan wouldn't even be out of the cage yet, and the motherfuckers have got it up somehow.
Yeah, they're fucking quick with it, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah.
They do not fuck around.
I honestly couldn't care about a single fight on that card, except for maybe the Michael Johnson fight.
Exactly. It doesn't really, like, all of those fights are just, Dana just went,
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
you all go here.
I don't see any of them fights meaning anything either. Like, even if Dern gets a win, I don't see it being in, like, title contention.
No, that's what I mean. Like there's not an interesting thing that happens from anything on that card. It's not like this person moves into a number one contender spot. It's just like, here's a bunch of people hurting each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like it really leads anywhere. So,
Which, interestingly enough, if there's zero consequences, could just be an absolute banger of a card.
You'll find a lot of them are. Like,
Here's us just sitting here watching the boxing all day, and then all of a sudden we scroll into the news and it's just like, the best UFC card ever.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them, like, like low-key fight nights just end up, like, being, like, all first-round stoppages and shit. You're like, what the fuck?
Was it fucking that Holloway versus Qatar fight a fucking fight night?
Yeah, that was a fucking mad card.
Yeah, so shit like that, like just absolute viral moments, like that happened at a fight night. Like,
Yeah.
You're right. I have seen some like good. There was one a couple of weeks ago, man, where it was like, I think out of like 11 or 12 fights, I think 10 of them were stopped in the first round or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think 7 were like by KO, brutal KOs.
Yeah, they can be exciting.
Yeah, they can be. It just depends.
Yeah.
But it could also be boring as all fuck and get out.
The last Mackenzie Dern card I watched was fucking punishing. I'm sure it's not her fault. So sorry, Mackenzie, but
Got to preface it in case you ever get a shot in the future.
no. Yeah.
See how it goes. You never know. You never know.
She's a weird bitch though, bro. She
Immediately.
she moved to Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Which is fair play to you. Go wherever you want. I don't fucking care about that. Literally 2 weeks after she moved, she done like some interview with like a real thick Brazilian accent. So that kind of
Okay, that's a bit weird.
I think her family's from there though. So also, I don't know. fuck.
chastises her for it, then is also like, oh, but I don't know the facts.
Nah, I don't know the facts. I just know
I
she
mean,
sounded American.
What
and
else
then
do
she
we do
left.
here?
Yeah, that's just what I do best, to be honest. I just read partial, like the headline of something. I'm like, fucking yeah.
Oh, dude, that's literally all we fucking do here is just read a headline and then go, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is about it.
Yeah.
Well,
But all I can say is I heard her speak with like an American accent, and then 2 weeks later I heard an interview and she had like a thick Brazilian accent. So like, I'm just gonna throw that out there, and you can do your own research. Or evidence or whatever.
yeah, fucking people are weird. But you were speaking about headlines. We've been through all the fucking the previews and all of the breakdowns for the week.
Yeah.
So let's move into a little bit of Believe It or Not here. And like I said, I don't know where to start, and I might start with this, considering we already have something for our last segment, and that stands my Bernie. So let's just fucking roll off with this. KSI won a boxing match today by elbowing a man in the face.
Full blatant as well. It's not like it's
100% blatant, and then just blows over it at a press conference. Someone asked him, like, you realize that you won by elbowing him in the face, right? And he's just like, no, next question.
Yeah, no, he stumbled across, was like, I had him wobbled. And it's like, yeah, well, that's all fucking good and well.
No, you didn't.
No, he landed the punch. The guy kind of stumbled back a tiny bit, and then proceeded to grab the back of his head and throw one of the cleanest Muay Thai elbows I've ever fucking seen.
Oh, dude, that's the thing about it. Like, it wasn't even like an accident. Like, that was an elbow.
You've seen me throw elbows on the bag.
Yes.
Identical.
Identical.
Identical, man. Like,
it was the only thing that was missing from that was Rogan in the background going, oh!
Yeah.
When old mate hit the ground. It was textbook.
It was a beautiful elbow. Like, if that was a Muay Thai fight and he finished by that, you'd be giving KSI all the credit. Hey, you'd be like,
1,000%.
But unfortunately, it was a boxing match, so probably can't do that.
Yeah, so like, what the fuck, man? And then, like, you know, he gets in the ring with Tommy Fury afterwards, and there's a bit of a push and a shove. And
well, what about the scuffle beforehand? The Fury scuffle?
Yeah, Fury got in a fight with somebody in the crowd, apparently.
Fights.
I don't know what goes on at these fucking Misfits cards, man, but we need a big enough platform to get to one, because fuck, we're going to cause some chaos.
Fight's a pretty loose term to get put out there. I seen probably one proper punch get thrown. It wasn't by either of the dudes in the fight. It was some bald cunt in the back, just punching fucking some dude in the back of the head. I was like, how is no one saying anything about this guy? I've seen him twice in the one video just punch someone in the back of the head. Why these other two fucking wankers wrestle with each other? Fury didn't even have a ripped shirt. No, it wasn't Big John. He was in the middle of it. Like, that's how I kind of half think it was scripted, because he was calm, still had his shirt on. It's just like, come on, boys. Like, full calming it down. Like, no, that's not John Fury. The real John Fury's got his shirt off in the middle, fucking flicking fucking tit milk in someone's eye or something. I don't fucking know.
They've got it all scripted, and all of a sudden Tyson's in the bathroom, like the Popeye music starts playing, and he pops his bag and goes straight to his nose. Runs down and just starts fucking.
Okay. That was a scripted fight though in the crowd.
But anyway, like KSI versus Tommy Fury next after fucking, you know, an extremely controversial win by KSI.
Did you watch the highlights?
No.
I'll see if I can find something later and I'll send it to you. KSI was doing like the weirdest fucking angle change thing I've ever seen. It was like the most like weird jerky movement. Like, to go against him, if he does that, you're just like cracking him when he does it, because he like drops his hands and then quickly, like, so strange, man. Like, if someone did that in front of me, I'm cracking them. Just hit them one straight and watch them crumble, because they're like all off balance. It was the weirdest shit, man. Like, fuck it.
It's very strange. But in co-main action, we had the fucking man himself, Salt Papi.
Yeah.
Copping his first professional loss to an actual fucking former fighter, not Joe Fournier, who's had like whoever fucking, I don't know. He's a professional, but not really a professional. Whereas Anthony Taylor, not like,
I know Anthony Taylor's name. So
exactly, but it's not like, you know, he's not a fucking like all-time great, like Hall of Famer, but he's more of a legit boxer than Joe Fournier was.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, like, I knew the name Anthony Taylor, so like that's enough. Like, oh, he's relevant enough in boxing.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, man. Like, you can see that it actually means something to this kid. Like, they did a post-fight interview with him, man, and he was, like, emotional. Like, he was upset.
Yeah.
So, like, he actually pours his fucking life into this boxing shit. And then you got KSI making it a fucking joke.
I feel like Salt Papi went to the Philippines for this camp.
He did.
Yeah, what a man. I feel like, you know, he's got to get it used to it. Like, there's gonna be times ahead where he gets robbed. So, you know, I'm not fucking pointing any fingers, but I'm just gonna say, can we have a look at the judges' scorecards from that fight?
Oh, I'd definitely like to look into it.
I didn't even watch the fight, and I can guarantee you they're wrong.
Give him the old Garantillo, eh?
Go fucking Garantillo. I think
Is he fighting next weekend?
Garantillo, yeah, I think he's back sometime. Bare knuckle, right?
Yeah, you'd hope so. Oh, bro, I was talking to Froome about this and like how fucking funny it was. Like, we were talking like 2 or 3 weeks ago about how there's like, we don't know if there's a bare knuckle title. Cut to like a week and a half later, there's Conor McGregor at a bare knuckle event with a bare knuckle title.
You know, Cerrone was meant to get in the ring.
Really?
Him and Perry have fought before in the UFC, but then like, yeah, it was looking like that was going to get lined up, and then yeah, Conor got in because Cowboy was in the crowd, drinking beer with his cowboy hat on,
Interesting.
doing cowboy things.
He'd have to stop the roids, wouldn't he?
I mean,
I don't know about bare knuckle, actually. Maybe they don't.
no, I'd say they test because it's like pretty. They're trying to make it like legitimate, not like that
true.
fucking slap league shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. But yeah, there's, I don't know, not a whole lot more to talk about, and that's going to go away in a couple of days or whatever, because everyone's just going to be talking about KSI versus Tommy Fury, but who gives an absolute flying fuck about a Fury wasting his fucking career and KSI trying to be something that he is blatantly not, which is hard. What? Oh God, I didn't even hear what you said.
That's a forehead on him.
Oh, it's a fucking fair point, man. Legit, he's like, out of him, there's like him and his brother, and then he just hangs out with a bunch of fucking white dudes. Like,
Yeah, Deji was on the card.
yeah, he was.
Swarms, who's like KSI's leftovers, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sloppy seconds.
he's turned his career around a bit. You know, he might have learned a thing or two from the Mayweather fight.
I'd say you'd learn
exhibition.
You'd learn way more from fighting Mayweather than you would any of the people that KSI has got in the ring against.
Yeah, 100%.
That's easy to say.
I'd like to see Jake Paul just kick the shit out of KSI. Hey,
Oh, it'd be fucking great. So obviously, like, KSI is going to lose to Fury, and then hopefully Paul loses to Diaz, which we'll talk about something in a second. Like, and then, yeah, we live in this world now where fucking KSI and Jake Paul are finally in the same spot, kind of shit. Because that's the whole thing that happened. Like, Jake Paul went and fought a bunch of like UFC legends, so everybody said the fight makes no sense because KSI has to actually fight somebody worthy of it.
yeah,
And now if he gets in the ring with Tommy Fury, it's worthy
yeah.
somehow.
It'd
I
be-
don't know.
It'd be cool to see Diaz and Fury win and then fight each other.
That would be cool to see.
It'd be a fun fight, I reckon.
It would be a fun fight.
I see Diaz beating him. I don't. I never go against Nate. Though.
I'm sure you saw the shit from the press conference the other day.
What shit?
That idiot that Jake planted in the crowd from Better Media or whatever it is.
Yeah, we spoke about this, didn't we?
We spoke about this, but we didn't speak about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, the little one after the veggie we done. The little segment. I'm pretty sure, but I'm happy.
Yeah, but no one's gonna see that. So let's get back into it.
What's that guy's name? Derek
or some shit like that. Just an absolute fucking bonehead move, man. Like,
but I don't even think that's his doing. I feel like he got like, you see like Jake Paul post all over his Instagram, and it's all just like little skits with this Derek dude. He makes him out to be like a bit doughy and whatnot. Yeah, I feel like,
it was definitely planned.
Yeah, but I feel like you're doing that with the wrong motherfucker. And you can tell Nate's seen him in Jake's team before, because straight away, like, even he actually like looked back and was like, brother, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, legit. Like, and Diaz was saying it with this air of like, man, you realize that, like, when he said, you realize my homies see you, right?
Yeah.
He said that with an undertext of like, you realize that I'm not always going to be around to stop them killing you.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like that was the subtext of that of like, I'm not going to go out there and do it, but there's 50 people over there that will do anything for me. And you just insulted me and my brother.
Yeah. Well, like Nate's whole team is called the Nick Diaz Army.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And then like this dipshit who has no fighting skill to be like, if there's anything, I beat his fucking ass.
Like that's the thing. Yeah. Like they won't even entertain the fact of like, oh, let's get this dude in the cage. Like they'll beat you in an alley
Dude,
and then leave.
If they
And then
would've-
hand themselves into the police because they don't fucking care.
if they would have seen that dude in the foyer, they would have jumped him.
Well,
No
legit,
doubt about it.
like you said, we spoke about it on that other video that we posted. But I then seen, oh, not seen, I need to speak better. I then saw a video of him walking past Jake later on. Jake stops and looks at him and goes, "Are you wearing a disguise?" And he says, "Yes, I'm getting on the next plane out of here."
Yeah, good move, dude.
Yeah,
Probably don't go
solid
back
move.
there. Probably don't go to the fight.
Don't go to the fire. Don't go to anywhere else where there's a Diaz.
Yeah,
'Cause they'll
they're gonna
remember you.
recognize you. That's why even after he's like, "What's your name?" It's like, oh man.
And yeah, like you said, he like full commits it to memory.
Yeah. Yeah, he says it back to himself. He goes, Derek from Better Media. It's like, oh my God, you just fucking.
Signed your own death warrant.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you
good on it.
legit can't go to any event that there is a Diaz at. Like, if you get told, oh, they're even just coming to this event as spectators, don't go.
No, yeah, stay away
Because
from it.
they'll point you out and be like, that's that cunt that said something 3 years ago. And one of his boys will just kneecap you in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's luckily, you're lucky if you like get slapped by one of the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
That's like best case scenario.
Dude, they legitimately don't care. I saw this video earlier of not Nick, Nate talking to this guy who's like obviously like a TikToker, Instagrammer kind of thing. Some huge black guy. He's like 6'7",
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
giant, and he like he's full leaning down, looking at Nate, and he's like, "Do you think you can beat me up?" And it goes into slow motion, and Nate just like sort of looks at him, looks down, looks him back up, and just with the utmost confidence is just like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. He's a G.
He really fucking is at the end of the day, hey.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Um,
Not
well,
Derek from Better Media though. Fuck no.
why don't we try and keep on with a little bit of UFC news here?
Hmm.
We got Tony Ferguson.
No.
Done himself a bit of a fucking mischief.
I seen the funniest fucking meme before you get going.
Mm.
And it says Tony Ferguson has ankle picked 40 inmates since being in jail. So yeah, it's fucking funny ass.
Imagine getting in a holding cell with this guy and he just leans down and just picks up a bit of sand, throws it at you. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like that's his first run in with law either.
Did they have to tape his elbows because they're technically considered shivs?
Yeah, they would have to. Them things are fucking deadly.
It's just scraping his elbow on the wall.
Yeah. He'd
Getting
be,
it
able
all
to,
sharp.
he'd be able to get himself
Stab
out with
people
them
in the
things.
shower.
I don't know. Fucking digging a hole with it. You're like, fuck, what's Tony doing?
Stages of prison break.
I swear there's been like, if you look it up, they'll be like, I swear it was Tony Ferguson. But you'll hear like his wife calling the cops and being like, I just don't want anyone to get hurt. And then like talking about how like, yeah, it might be, I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is this
it was
from
him.
this incident or a different incident?
Different one. So that's what I mean. He's got like a bit of like a record.
Oh, yeah, he is definitely not a stable person when it comes down to it. But
So DUI, flipped his
yeah,
car.
managed to roll his truck and get DUI because he refused to give the police a breath test, so they arrested him.
Yeah, which is just like 9 times out of 10 means you're fucking fucked.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, not good things that you want to be hearing from
No,
the
not
old,
good to say.
from the old Tony.
Not good at all. I mean, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, probably good that you're not doing that in the middle of your career when you're in your prime, but also just it's really disheartening to see somebody who's obviously on a downward slope and then shit like that starts happening. It's like, because it's just it's one of those things, man. This seems to be like a turning point that a lot of people, a lot of athletes end up at. They go, start losing for a little while, they get a bit crazy, they get a fucking charge in some way, shape, or form, and then it's really a make or break moment in the sense of like, they they clean their shit up or they just keep fucking going downhill.
Yeah. I reckon Justin Gaethje fucking beat some brain damage into Tony Ferguson, eh?
Oh, yeah, 100%. That
Doesn't-
last uppercut is nightmare fuel.
Yeah. He hasn't even looked the same after that fight, I don't reckon.
Like for some,
And then
like,
he got kicked by Chandler. I forgot about that.
yeah, that was afterwards.
Yeah, no
But
wonder
it's
he's
like-
fucking flipping cars and shit, bro. Fuck.
For people that spend hours watching combat sports, like hours a week,
Hmm.
when you see something that you're like, oh, like that turns you off a little bit, you know that it's like, that's fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah, which is like what's happened to Tony Ferguson in the last 2 years.
And it's one of those things. It's like he was one of those people that was looked at throughout his career of like, oh, he's got this great chin and this and that. And it's like, obviously, he doesn't have it anymore.
Nah.
It's gone.
I don't know. His chin was all right through the Gaethje fight. Like, it held up. But then I feel like the kick.
No,
was-
Gaethje put fractures in it, and
Yeah.
Chandler put the fucking final nail in the coffin for his chin.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah. Fucking,
No matter what
Tough
Chandler
times.
does in the UFC, he will go down as like probably one of the best KO finishers of all time.
100, that doesn't get much better than that. I just love that
don't
it was
know.
like no technique either. It's like, yeah.
Dude, he just hucked it.
Yeah.
Like I can't understand. Like, yeah, I don't know how he thought that it was going to land, and it just did.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no, by no right should that kick have actually landed.
It's so fucking brutal. Ugh.
Dude. And just the way that his body just.
Yeah.
It looks like when he hits his chin, somebody like stops the world and just removes all the bones from Tony Ferguson's body. And he
Yeah,
just
he's
fucking
like, ugh. Yeah.
just turns into a pile of mush.
Did you see the clip, the trailer for Tough? And it's like,
Yeah, of them walking around in the gym together.
no, Connor pushing Chandler by the face.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, who, like, you know how you'd like push someone, like,
Yeah.
does that but to his face,
Oh.
like it's it's fucking brutal.
Oh, so that's what Dana was talking about.
No, apparently, like,
It gets worse.
yeah, apparently she gets like more heated than that.
Well,
Like,
fuck yeah. I think the first episode comes out this week, so we'll have to watch it and do like
Yeah.
updates and stuff.
yeah, I'd actually like to pay attention to that series
Oh, I'm gonna this year for sure.
because it's like,
Because we got KO now, so.
yeah, plus it's them too, and then it's like I feel like it's all people making their way back to the UFC.
It's half and half. It's like up and comers and people that are like have been in the UFC before that are coming back looking for a contract.
Because it's like that
Yeah, it's
guy
going to
that
be very interesting.
that Sean O'Malley beat the piss out of, that green haired dude. He's in it.
Cheeto, no.
No, not shit. I don't know. I can't think of his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, he was
the
just
dude
like
that he like that fucking highlight reel
Chris.
KO where he
Chris
fucking
someone.
yeah, he hits him and then old mate's on the ground and he sort of like casually walks over to him and then just
Oh, no,
falls
no.
on him with a fist. Is that guy?
Nah, that's he's like a vet. That guy. The guy I'm thinking of is
No, dude, I do know who you're thinking of. He was like a high level prospect before O'Malley just fucked him up. Eh?
Yeah, just literally punched the piss out of him for
Can't think of his
5
name.
rounds, 3 rounds. Chris, someone. It's Chris.
Chris Almeida.
No, Almeida was the other guy's name.
Okay.
Gutierrez? No. Who cares? Chris.
No,
I'm just gonna go.
you're
with
thinking
Chris.
of Gutierrez is the guy that ended Frankie Edgar's career.
Yeah. Fuck, rest in peace, Frankie Edgar's fucking
Jesus.
career. Jesus Christ.
Fuck me.
Um.
Oh. I don't remember what we were talking. Nah, the promo that I saw was fucking them two just walking around in like they're in a gym like alone together. They're just talking.
Oh,
It was
about
obviously
what
like-
weight it's at?
What weight it's at? Yeah, and
Yeah.
fucking he's like, we're gonna do it at 185. And Chandler's like, yeah, I'll do it at 185. And Connor's like walking away. And she goes, you'll do what you're fucking told.
Yeah. Fucking brutal.
Just that, like, you can't, like, you even if you hate him, you can't not smile at that.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
He's
a-
funny.
yeah,
He's
he's a
just
cracker.
funny at the end of the day, man. Regardless of whether you're like, this guy's an idiot or this guy's the greatest athlete ever. It's like, he's funny.
I don't think he tries half the time. I think it's just his personality. as
No,
well.
it's legitimately just him. Yeah, that's the thing. You can tell that it's all, oh, not all. You can tell some of the things that he says he's obviously thought about and are a bit more put on. But
Who
his
the
genuine
fuck is
personality is
that
his
guy?
genuine personality. Exactly. Like, that was him.
Yeah, that's just him, and probably one of the best moments you'll ever see in a press conference. Who the fuck is that?
Oh my God.
Jeremy Stevens. That's
Who the fuck is that guy?
big heathen. Fucking heathen.
Fuck. Blasphemy. Anyway.
He's a heathen.
This is sort of UFC news, but also not. And it's probably one of the biggest news stories coming out of the week, so we probably should have spoke about it earlier. But by all sources that are coming through, it seems like Francis Ngannou has signed to the PFL.
That guy's a fucking idiot, for one. I think it was one championship, offered him a $20 million contract. And he turned it down and started asking for like the kind of shit Connor does. You know, Connor's like, no, I want like business rights and I want promotion. Like, he just gets all like this weird extra shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Francis was asking for that kind of shit.
Why does he think he's marketable?
I don't know. Because
You don't
like,
speak English.
he's like a real heavy hitter.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Can you put somebody in an ad and then they just throw punches
Yeah. They're
to
gonna
sell
say
insurance, to sell fucking
Yeah.
sports, he's not a marketable personality. He doesn't fucking understand that.
Nah.
You can't trash talk. You can barely talk. People can't understand you.
Yeah. And this week on We Hate Foreigners, take it away, Ned.
No, it's just a fucking
No,
like-
but it's spot on.
no. Me and Froome had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, right? It's when it relates to Usyk. Usyk, great, has a fantastic personality. He's not really marketable because he can't speak English that well. He'd
Yeah,
be great if he could.
He just has very few.
Francis has zero things going for him. He can't speak English. He has zero personality.
Yeah.
He's not a marketable prospect in any fucking way. So the fact that he thinks he has the right to ask for these fucking Conor McGregor level contracts just because, I can punch people really hard.
Yeah.
Great.
But he
That's
has-
fucking fantastic. Other people can do that and actually fucking speak.
Yeah, he never brought eyes to the sport like Connor did as well, though. Like, Connor could have asked them things and get them things because the UFC's at a place where it is now because of Connor.
Because Conor can and will promote himself.
Yeah. Promotes the piss out of the company, too.
Yes.
Like, what's this other guy fucking doing? Just pissing and moaning about his pay.
Yeah.
Why is any other company going to want him? Like, when you've, like, just had a massive feud with the UFC, pissed and moaned about your pay, and then gone to one and they've offered you a fucking mad contract and then been like, well, no, fucking, I need this and that. And then they're just being like, fuck off. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so you're going to go and join the PFL with a bunch of retired UFC heavyweights, destroy all of them.
Yeah. It's going to do
And-
nothing for your career.
Exactly. Gain zero credit. No one's really going to, they're going to watch the first fight because, it's Francis Ngannou's PFL debut. And then everyone's going to be like, okay, so it's going to be the same as the UFC, but worse.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just going to be fighting fucking soup cans.
He
Surprised
needs to tuck his tail between his legs and go back to Dana and be like, give me that Jones fight.
Dana won't take him back.
Yeah, but if Dana knew, it's 50-50. Dana, wouldn't want to, but you'd hope that his business acumen would overtake his personal feelings
I
in
reckon
that sense.
if Dana was to have him back, he'd offer him a 25-25. So that's 25,000 to show, 25,000 to win.
He'd offer him fuck all. Yeah, that's
Very.
what I'm saying. Like, if he was going to have him back, he'd be petty as fuck about it. He'd be like, look, I'll give you 100 G's to fight
Yeah.
John Jones. Take it or fucking leave it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, all you're getting out of me. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm
You want
surprised,
this legacy fight? Fucking work for it, cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he kind of done his dash with Dana.
His only option after this is heavyweight boxing, really.
Like, I'm surprised like Bellator didn't try to grab him. Or maybe they did and he fucking spat stupid demands at him.
Yeah, once again, I wouldn't be surprised. It seems
Yeah.
like a fucking common theme of all of his negotiation tactics.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. Maybe he thinks he's like in the same kind of realm as like Izzy.
He's not even in the same realm as Kamaru Usman.
No.
Like those three that call themselves the Nigerian fucking kings or whatever.
Yeah. There's only one fucking holding a belt now.
Yeah, exactly. The only one that fucking deserves to.
Mm.
Once again, marketable personality.
Yeah.
can get the contracts that you're asking for because he will promote the fuck out of himself
Yeah.
constantly,
that's-
man. He's always on social media. Does Francis Ngannou have a fucking presence on social media? No.
I don't know.
It's just fucking like, man, like you need to understand the world that you exist in.
Yeah.
You're not a superstar.
No. No, yeah, you could have been on your way there if you went and beat
yeah.
fucking Jones and then fucking learn a bit of English. So you could like, even like Anderson Silva learned tiny bits of English just so he could say like, oh, thank you. Like, that's all you need to
Well, it's
fucking
not
do.
that Francis doesn't speak English. He speaks it enough to get by, but he doesn't speak it well enough to be marketable. And outside of that, he
Yeah.
has zero personality.
Yeah,
He's just a big brute. Like, I'm not saying he's stupid, but I'm just saying, like, some people just don't have that fucking flair.
I'll say
It's just not fucking built in them.
I'll say it. He comes across a little dumb.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's hard to say because, like, he obviously knows, like, 2 languages. So anybody that's capable of learning 2 languages and learning bits and pieces of it. English is the most complicated language in the world to learn.
Hmm.
But, like I've said numerous times over this conversation, if you want what you want, work for it. You've
Yeah.
got to do the work. Look at what Canelo did. Canelo learned English. He went on the Mike Tyson podcast. He started speaking in English in between fights. Like, he became more marketable
Yeah.
because he put in the work.
Why?
That's what you got to do, Francis.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I reckon he'll just dwindle off into like being irrelevant pretty soon.
Most
'cause he's
likely.
he fucked all these opportunities at like actual good companies. Are you gonna go watch PFL?
No.
I haven't
And that's
watched,
the thing. It's accessible to me. I pay for it as part of my DAZN subscription. I'm still not going to watch it.
I've never watched a PFL for fucking card.
I think it's on there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I've never watched one of their cards. I've seen like results and stuff from them and been like, oh, cool, big money being thrown around, and then just been like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like bottom of the barrel shit. It's like there's decent fighters in Bellator, and like one's cool because it's got like different rules with the soccer kicks and stuff like that. But PFL's just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
fucking old people hurting each other.
So that
I'm
Amber
sad.
Labrock. Yeah, Amber Labrock's in there. She's fucking head kicking bitches.
Yeah. But once again, she's fighting a lower level of competition. So
She should be in the UFC, I feel. She came
Yeah.
from like another big organization. Like, you remember Megan Anderson? She fought for like the
Yes.
title and shit. Yeah, that Amber chick fought her. Like,
okay.
before Invicta, that's the brand company.
Okay, right.
So,
Yeah, because
that-
I was gonna say like, it seems to be like this. There's like stepping stones. The whole like Bellator and like one are like kind of not starters, but they're like sort of like a middle of the range kind of thing before you go to the UFC, and then the PFL seems to just like pick up all the retired fighters.
Yeah, retired fighters, people that can't get signed elsewhere.
Yeah, or people that just get sick of not making their money in the UFC and go over and make it there, which is like,
Yeah.
obviously that's not a good fucking business model. It's gonna fold eventually. You can't just throw millions of dollars around every event.
Yeah, and then just expect it to, you know,
Unless this
keep
cunt's a
going.
cartel leader and that's how he's washing his money or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Alrighty, moving on to a bit of boxing news. And fucking, we got another homecoming fight from Timmy Zoo.
Timothy.
Fighting Carlos Ocampo June 18th on the Gold Coast and putting his WBO interim shot on the line. And in some pretty interesting interview footage beforehand, says that Michael Zarafa probably would have pulled out of a fight with him for $500 because he's a pussy.
He hates
And then
Zarafa.
he fucking despises the cunt.
Fucking he's funny, man.
Oh, fucking hell. And then also said that Charlo's a bitch and scared to fight him because he's like, how many times is this going to be pushed back? He's like, I've had 3 fights in the time that I've been the fucking mandatory contender to this dude's belt. He's like, he hasn't fought once. What's happening?
He's not wrong. He's not fucking wrong.
Charlo's days are numbered.
Surely,
I was iffy about it before that Harrison fight. Second I saw that Harrison fight, I was like, you can't do that.
Nah,
Because the thing is that, like, Tony Harrison was he's the only person that's beat Charlo in the division.
yeah,
And Tony Harrison outboxed Charlo. And then Tony Harrison got made to look fucking stupid by Tim Tszyu.
yeah. He really had no offense against him.
It wasn't oh, that was a close fight. It was Tony Harrison looked like a fucking amateur boxer.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly think Tim's just that good, eh?
Tim is that fucking guy.
Yeah. He fucking, he cracks too. So that kind of, as soon as he hits you see people like, fuck.
And he has that, you saw it when he hit Harrison and saw that he was hurt. You saw his eyes switch.
Yeah.
From okay, I'm over here, I'm doing this too. I'm going to put my fist through your fucking skull.
Yeah. He's got that fucking killer in him.
He's got that fucking fire, man, which I said, I was really iffy about him before his last couple of fights. I've come around so hard. I'm like, he's the fucking face of Australian boxing.
Yeah. He'll do undisputed eventually. I'm pretty sure he'll become the biggest thing Australian boxing's had.
Oh, he will. It remains to be seen if fucking Charlo will.
Either him or Nikita will. I feel like me and Dave always have this conversation how we feel like Nikita's going to be the better boxer.
Nikita is... Well, yeah, I would say, because they've been training for about the same amount of time.
Nikita took 6 years off.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he trained throughout it, but he wouldn't have been like Tim type training. But yeah, he took time off, went and done his degree, and then come back. So he had to set his career up. He's like an architect, I think.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, just went and done all that shit, and then it's I'll go back to boxing. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, man. Somebody with that level of discipline.
Yeah.
And intelligence. Architects are fucking smart people. But
and Tim always comes out and says it's only ever been one person that's had it over me in sparring, and it's been Nikita.
Yeah.
That's scary to think about also.
Nikita's mean, man.
Yeah. He's just the way he's built, man. He's literally built like a Ninja Turtle. It
Yeah,
looks like
I
he's
see
got a
what you
shell on his
mean.
back, man. You're like, fuck me dead. Yeah.
But yeah, so Zoo versus Ocampo, June 18th on the Gold Coast. I'm not sure if Ocampo is a former title holder or not, but he's always been floating around the top of those divisions. I know he's fought people like Harrison, like Brian Mendoza, I believe he may have fought Charlo at some point in time. So another decent contender.
Yeah.
Tim's probably going to get the job done.
No doubt.
But he's just building these fucking statements, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how he thinks Charlo's going to move any faster. He's obviously already afraid of you, and you just keep putting people on the fucking canvas in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah, devastating fashion.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Charlo's going to have to fight him eventually or vacate, right?
You would assume so.
You can only put it off so much before they're fucking just fuck me dead.
Because every time he does it now, one of the sanctioning bodies will turn around and go, "Nah, you've got a week to give us proof you're actually injured.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're taking your belts." Because it's legit been a year and a half or something.
Yeah, fuck. You should get a year. If you're not fit and healthy within that year, you're not fit and healthy to defend your title.
Well, it's interesting because the same thing, it happened to Joe Cordina. He hurt himself, and the IBF went, "Okay, you're number one contender when you come back, but we're taking it off you so we can move the division." Why hasn't that happened in the 154-pound division?
Yeah,
I'm sure that there's been fights that have moved number one contenders around. It's very fucking squirrely when it comes to all this, oh, this person will take it off, but this person won't get looked at. It's the same concept as they stripped Josh Taylor. But how long has it been since fucking Tyson Fury's fought somebody?
Yeah.
Or how long was it before that, before Deontay Wilder actually fought a fucking legit number one contender?
Yeah.
So it's all fucking biased bullshit. But
it's backwards though.
Once again, Timmy fucking getting it done for Australian boxing, and fucking soon too. That's the same weekend as Paro, so that's going to be a fucking big couple of weeks, man. June 10's Teo and Taylor, then the next week is Paro versus Prograis, and then we'll also have Zoo versus Ocampo.
Nikita's coming up soon as well, isn't he? Versus Ben Boma or whatever his name is.
Yes, he's fighting on an undercard for someone.
Decent card.
Who it is. Yeah, it's not a bad card for over here. I think it's in Newcastle, I think.
Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker's fighting. That's right. Can't remember who he's fighting. He's fighting an Australian heavyweight. Australian heavyweight who's actually a islander, but I think he's born here.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Moving on. We've got this fucking idiot, man. Oscar De La Hoya says that Garcia needs to change his inner circle. Yeah.
Yeah,
he needs to get you the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you're in his inner circle. It's everything we've been saying since the fight. He needs
exactly.
to get rid of you. He needs to get rid of that fucking hillbilly of a fucking coach and fucking Bernard Hopkins. I wish Tank just flatlined Bernard Hopkins when he touched him,
Mm.
Like at the weigh-ins, I wish Tank just fucking fed him.
Sorry. I just don't understand. Like, do you not think that you're the problem?
Massive problem.
You didn't support your fighter at a post-fight press conference for his first professional loss.
Yeah.
And you're telling him that he needs to change his inner circle. Yeah,
okay,
he does, but you're also included in that part of the conversation, Oscar.
I reckon he needs to go back to the Canelo camp. Like, fair enough, he wasn't getting the work he needed, but
let's move on to the next point because it feeds into it. Reynoso says Garcia is too difficult to work with.
Reynoso said that.
Yes, Reynoso said that in an interview.
Yeah, which doesn't
surprise me
because Ryan seems like a bit of a brat, to put it nicely.
I think that's really the only way to put it, man. Yeah, he seems like a bit of an entitled child.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're good. And, like, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, you're a good-looking young kid. So, obviously, your Instagram DMs are most likely just full of blue-tick models being like, come to my house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the kid doesn't want for anything at all in any way, shape, or form.
Just more fame, really. You can tell. Like, what's he ever
he's
fucking
very.
post? Look how quick I hit. I'm doing the body shot challenge with this shit YouTuber.
All right,
cool, bro. Go fucking train.
Let's fucking. I'm not fucking gonna sit here and brag, kind of thing, but I can do pretty fucking close to that pace on uppercuts, man. It's not hard.
No,
I got fast hands too.
but what
it's
is
not
that?
it's not a skill to be able to fucking.
Yeah, what does that do? What,
yeah,
you're gonna
exactly.
do that in front of me? I'm gonna hook you in the side of the fucking head,
I understand the process of it, but it's like, yeah, I like showing it off at every single opportunity just for the fact of like, oh, I can do it. Like other people can do it too.
He's funny. I seen a video and it was like him and one of the Sugar Rays doing the uppercut challenge to that song. It's like
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Fuck, that was so funny. That's all I gotta say about that matter. Hilarious. Yeah, but like that's his whole spiel. I can throw uppercuts real fast and a deadly left hook. Like, yeah, what else do you do when you can?
Yeah.
Do you work on like other shit?
You realize that you got this thing called a right hand, right? It's probably got more power than your left hook.
Yeah, just doesn't. Nah, fuck that. I got a left hook. That's fucking super fast, and I can do.
Yeah, it's all that matters.
Super fast uppercut. You barely even see me move. What are you the king of? I feel like he's just copping a sanding. What are you the king of, Ryan?
We full went to like from supporting him to just like, nah, fuck this kid. No, I don't. Like, you're right. There is certain, like, all right, let's just move away from that point. There's people you need to get the fuck out of your camp. One of them is your fucking promoter. Let's start there. He's a cross-dresser who does, like, mountains of cocaine daily. Get him the fuck out.
I read an article that a hooker had to fish a corkscrew out of his asshole.
That's probably, like, extremely true.
No, yeah, it was like I've heard the hooker say.
Like, why would she lie about that?
Yeah.
That's too specific.
And wouldn't you come out and deny it? He didn't even come out and deny it. He was just like fucking limping for a little while. Like,
anyway.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, what are you the fucking king of, Ryan?
Social media, I guess.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Not really. If you count all combat sports athletes, no.
Yeah, Connor would have more of a following than him, eh?
And then even then, it's like, yeah, he's got a few fucking followers kind of shit, but I don't know. Let's look this up. I'd be interested to see how many followers someone like Ryan Garcia has.
You watch someone coming on another social and be like, you've only got like 50 followers.
Yeah, I can't wait. You only got 43 followers. What are you talking about?
Speaking about followers, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook. No, we're not on TikTok.
Here's the thing. Like, he spends his entire life promoting himself and as a young kid, like marketable and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
He's got 10.4 million followers. Anthony Joshua's got 15.3.
Yeah, and you got to imagine Connor's like up near 100 mil.
Oh, 100. Like, that's what I mean. I was just trying to compare him to somebody who's like...
Yeah, like in boxing.
In boxing and doesn't even... Like, Conor McGregor, 46.2 million followers.
Yeah.
Like, that's a superstar. That's
The king.
of social media.
You could call him King Connor and you'd be like, I wouldn't question it.
No.
Even like if he won that tank fight, I'd still be asking, what are you the king of?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you still don't hold any belts.
No.
And now you've like left a division that you've worked at for so fucking long, walking into another one that's like, admittedly, it's probably full of just as many fucking killers as the last one, man. 140's stacked.
Tell you what concerns me about that. Ryan has shown himself to be A, lacking defense, and B, a tiny bit. He's not like Chinny, like he doesn't get flatlined, but he will go down if he gets clipped.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then he's going to move up and fight people that can crack.
There's a lot of people at 140 that can do that, man. Lopez is there now.
Yeah.
Taylor can crack and is also extremely precise and good as a boxer. The dude that he won his last title from before he became undisputed, Gonzalez. I think that's his name. He's quite a good fighter. You got Jack Catterall, the dude that potentially beat fucking Taylor. Everyone says that he won that fight. You got Regis Prograis, who hits like a truck. You got Liam Parrow there.
Yeah.
Like, you got a lot to work through at 140.
Yeah, and your left hook ain't going to get you through that
No.
division. Like, it might have got you to where you are, like, but other than Campbell, who did you really fight?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Campbell was the only one that really, you could be like, oh, fuck, it's a good test. And even then, like, if Campbell had a tiny bit more power, he would have put Ryan's lights out.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
It was shown by
Yeah.
somebody who had a tiny bit, well, not tiny bit, but had a lot more power, but didn't put his fucking lights out, but fucking stopped him.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, I don't know. Change your fucking nickname at least until you have a reason to put a fucking a metaphorical crown on your head.
Yeah, I feel like he's got a few things to change. Probably, yeah, management. Just get everyone out of your fucking corner except for your dad and your brother. And then fucking go find a fucking, not that fucking goose. And
even then, go home and speak to them and be like, why the fuck were you at the press conference?
yeah. Do you think like
Don't ever do that shit again or I'll fire you like I fired that fucking coke having crossdresser.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that De La Hoya.
Just to clarify, we're not making fun of crossdressers, we're making fun of Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
We've got nothing against crossdressers. We do have stuff against terrible boxing promoters.
Yeah, I don't really like Oscar.
Yeah, just scum. Really, at the end of the day, like legit, like throws his Ryan under the bus and then he needs to change his in a circle. You need to jump off a cliff.
Yeah. I mean, not many people would complain if he did. Maybe he's like kids and shit, but
I think a decent payout. I don't really think they'd give a fuck. Alrighty. Last order of business before we move on. Usyk and Dubois purse bids set for next week. So you assume? No, I'm not. No. No.
We are every time. It's happening every time.
There's no other way. That would annoy me because I was like, there's no other way for me to explain the fight without saying the name, and I know he's going to make the fucking joke.
Every time.
You know what would be even real confusing if he's like one of the cunts that listen. He's like, why is this cunt always bringing me up? I don't like it.
Once an episode, this dude's like,
full messages. You're like, hey man, did I like do something? You're like, no, dude, why? He's like, because you keep bringing me up on the podcast.
I'm
kind of worried. Like literally every week, like an excessive amount. I don't really understand. Like I'm really trying. He's still got like a cork board up in his wall of every interaction you've ever had drawing string lines. What did I do?
That's the thing. I think we probably only had like one. It was probably just like a passing, like, hey.
Oh, anyway, so yeah, purse bid starting next week. You would assume that fight's probably going to happen in the UK because, you know, it can't happen in the Ukraine. Oh, no, actually, speaking of that, I think that we're going to try and take the fight to Poland.
How come it can't happen in the Ukraine? Why Poland?
I don't know. Call your dad.
Yeah.
Dad, what do you do? No.
I was talking to him earlier. He was saying something about like it's getting exaggerated a little bit.
Blown out of proportion, you reckon?
Yeah,
Keyword blown.
yeah. Yeah. Why Poland?
Because it's like the closest they can get to the Ukraine without actually being there.
Where's the other guy from? Dubai.
Dubai's from England.
It's fucking happened in England. Like Usyk's big in England.
Yeah, he
Well-
is, but they're just trying to kind of like take it a bit closer to home for him, especially since like you've got this potential of the Saudi Arabian heavyweight tournament happening, which means that the winners of that will then fight again in Saudi Arabia. Usyk's getting towards the end of his career. This is the closest thing they can give him to a homecoming fight before, inadvertently, I think, if he gets through, I think inadvertently, regardless of this heavyweight tournament happens, Usyk hangs up the gloves afterwards. I think
Yeah, I'd say so.
a lot of them do, to be honest.
I reckon Fury and Usyk both will.
I reckon Fury and Usyk, and I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder does either. Joshua is the youngest out of that group of fighters.
Yeah, and even
At
he's like,
32,
yeah, even he's getting on.
33, he's getting on, man. He
Yeah.
hasn't got that much longer left. Probably at the max, if he keeps winning, 4 to 5 years. And that's if he only fights like once or twice a year.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to see some things go into action. You can guarantee that Usyk will do everything he can to get the fight done. Adam's big brother will probably do everything he can to get the fight done because it's a big fight.
Oh, the fight's going to happen.
Yeah.
100%. It's a WBA mandatory or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So it needs to get out of the way. But it's also going to be nice to see one of Frank Warren's fighters get absolutely fucking embarrassed by Usyk.
It's Dubois.
Dubois is going to get fucked.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
going to
no
get
doubt.
fucking outboxed, knocked out. Like,
He's a Usyk. He's a Frank Warren guy though.
he is.
Yeah, fuck
One
you,
of his
Frank.
other prospects of like Frank Warren was the kind of guy that like while all the Fury Usyk stuff was happening was just, obviously he's, a Fury promoter, so he's big note and Fury kind of thing saying, oh, he'll do this and he'll fucking do that. And then the second it was announced that Fury wasn't going to do it and then like Dubois was going to be the mandatory for the WBA, he just started the exact same comments but just replaced Fury's name with Dubois.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even making like better points or like even valid points. He just made the same points but just replaced the name.
Yeah, didn't even like where he's from. Fucking nothing.
I'm sure that Frank Warren's not even a real person. Like, if you fucking laid him down and opened his face, it'd be like that scene from fucking Men in Black with the little cunts in there with the fucking joysticks.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. They're struggling, battling.
Yeah, absolutely struggling to breathe. He's the greatest.
Yeah. That'd be cool to see, like, yeah, Usyk fight. I'm not holding any hope towards that fucking
Heavyweight tournament actually going ahead.
until it's announced and like you can buy tickets for it.
I don't even care if it's announced. Like, I like until they are in the ring on the night and it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe it. This enters Spence and Crawford territory of like, it's not happening until it is in front of me happening.
Fuck, they're talking a lot, them cunts, eh?
Oh, fuck, who gives a... I don't even want to fucking...
No, yeah, it's the same.
Do it or
as
retire. I'm fucking sick of your shit. Both of you.
Yeah.
I'm fucking over it, man. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You're going to do nothing. You're going to fight Keith Thurman and then you're going to go over here and fight somebody else. Fuck, I'll fight both of you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'll lace up
I'll
my boots.
fucking do it.
I'll lace up my boots, mate. Put me chaps on.
Well, as we always fucking say here at the podcast, man, someone's got to fucking do it.
Someone's got to. And,
Speaking of things that, people have to do,
Mhm.
let's move into That Sounds My Bernie. It
Okay,
feels
yep.
like there's a fucking whiteboard at the top of like Carl Froch's door. He's like walking out every day and he like pats his wallet. He's like, all right, I got my wallet, I got my keys. All right, and he sees the whiteboard. He's like, oh, all right, and I've got to talk shit on Anthony Joshua today. Right, good, I remembered that.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems to be pretty obsessed with him.
Like,
he was talking
if
about
you-
like Wembley. Oh, yeah, but I did this or something. What did he do?
he sold out Wembley.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares, Carl?
That's fucking mad. Just like, probably just like relax. Yeah, you did that. Now you're
That's
a
great,
fucking
man.
old retired
No one.
has been.
It doesn't mean that anyone knows who you are.
I have no idea who the fuck he was.
That's the thing. It's like these people, like we were talking before about people that like to oversell their stardom in the sense that like, dude, Like, you're not even on Ryan Garcia's level of fucking fame.
Nah. Like,
Give me a couple of years, Carl. You won't even be on our level of fame. Like, you're fucking irrelevant.
well, who's he fought? Like George Groves. It's like he's only relevant.
That's
fighter.
the thing. He fought a couple of people, and yeah, he was like undefeated or whatever. Like, he was good. He was a good fighter. But why do you spend the entirety of your life in the media just dragging down somebody else? What is it? Like I wrote down in the notes, did he fuck your missus too?
When you write 2, did someone else fuck his missus?
No, in the sense that like there was a lot of rumors about AJ fucking Amir Khan's missus.
I mean, the fuck's Amir Khan gonna do about it?
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like it's a big theme in boxing. People just fucking your missus.
I reckon Anthony Joshua's got a big theme.
Yeah, I reckon he'd be pretty themed out. Probably have to theme it to the side of his leg.
From the BBT. Big black theme.
Oh fuck. But, yeah, fuck this other guy. Like,
Oh, fucking hell.
he shows no like. He's,
Carl Froch just walks in and he's like, AJ just bagging his wife and he's commentating it like a match.
Yeah.
AJ comes through with the right hand.
Oh, they get a bit rough here in the third.
He's really going for it.
I think he might finish.
If there's one thing we know about AJ, he's a vicious finisher.
Look at him pounding away.
Carl's just standing there with Rhodes and Tocker's just like,
Oh, babe.
oh, why would you do that?
Oh, babe. Sold out Wembley. Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh my god! Like, just get the fuck over yourself, man. What is this whole like vendetta that you have against? And that's the thing. Like, what's Anthony Joshua done? Why are you not speaking shit about Tyson Fury, who's holding up the entire heavyweight division and talking shit? And
Yeah.
just because Anthony Joshua's had a couple of losses on his career, he's never gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's got way better like attributes to his career than you do.
Yeah.
He's a 2-time unified heavyweight world champion.
Fought Usyk twice. Fought
Usyk twice.
Has fought good fucking people. You know,
He's got out of every top heavyweight, like today, he has the best resume in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, Klitschko. Fucking
Yes.
Ruiz isn't a bad fighter. He's a bit blown out, but he's not like a terrible fighter.
Everyone changes their opinions to suit their argument. Ruiz is a great fighter if he's fighting fucking Fury, but as soon as he's fighting Joshua, oh, he's a bum. He's fucking this, he's that.
Yeah, I think Ruiz has got talent. I feel like
No, Ruiz isn't a talented fighter. Like he worked to win that fight. Obviously, AJ wasn't 100 fucking %.
yeah, no, something was off with it, but yeah.
And that's
Ruiz
the thing.
fucking
Everyone
shot.
discounts the fact that like, oh, like he did this and he rocked Joshua. It's like, does everyone forget that Andy Ruiz was on the canvas for the first time in his career 20 seconds before that?
Yeah,
Like, if he didn't land that punch and Joshua continues with that flurry, we never had that conversation.
No.
He would have landed again and the fight would have been stopped.
yeah, undoubtedly.
Oh, extremely undoubtedly. But I can't even remember what we were getting fucking angry about. Oh, Carl Froch
Froch.
being a fuckwit.
Just a Gronko. Just an absolute fucking twat.
Yeah.
I seen him come out and shit talk Garcia. I don't know what he was saying because I don't really listen to much of what cunts are saying. Which, you know, a bit of an issue. But he was definitely saying some shit about Garcia or
It doesn't surprise me at all.
it was like, shut your old ass up. You
Yeah,
fucking
just-
geriatric fuck. Oh, I sold out Wembley.
No one fucking cares.
Yeah, literally. Go ask 100 people. I guarantee only 5 of them are going to give half a fuck.
And even know who you are for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, do you get us some boxing fans? Like, oh, you know this guy? And they're like, no, who's that?
Like me. When you and Froome asked, do you know who he is? And I was like,
Yeah.
no idea. But then I put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, no, he boxes because he's in the boxing game. The only
Yeah.
reason I knew of him. And it's like, not a boxing game where you're like, oh, well, he made it into that boxing game. Chris Cyborg's in the boxing game, so shut up.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a qualifier.
Shut up.
Alrighty. I think that's about all we got for the people here, Griff. Where can they find us?
Fucking social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We don't really post a great deal there. YouTube, Apple Fire, and Spottle.
Apple Fly.
Apple Fire and Spottle. We're on Spottle.
Spottle.
Yeah, so Eggplant Tornado Podcast everywhere. And then if you're on YouTube, you can find us Eggplant Tornado Podcast or The Veggie Bag. Help us help you. Enjoy something.
Enjoy yourselves. I'm too busy laughing at Spottle.
That's a fucking dope name. As if Spottle shouldn't be the new thing. We should make it.
We should pay.
Dude, Spottle could just be a podcast app. I don't know why we're having this conversation here.
Yeah, let's not have this conversation here. Stealing our ideas. Fucking shut up.
Copyrighted. Get off of us. All right. We'll be back later in the week with the veggie.
Goodbye.
Don't get you something. Yeah.
El Gabriel,